Hello, hello, everyone. Hello. Hello, good evening. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome, welcome to another stream of Plane Shift. Ooh, this picture of the day. Do you remember this picture of the day? Wow. This picture of the day was the migration from Legacy to Unreal. So it was basically the go live of the new release, right? When we were comparing how it was in Legacy, right, on the right, and how it is in Unreal on the left. So yeah, Legacy was this way. Look at those trees, by the way. Look at those trees. Yeah. Wow. Quite a screenshot, I would say. A piece of history, my friends. A piece of history. When we migrated Legacy, I remember the day where we shut down Legacy. There were players in it saying goodbye to Legacy, and I said goodbye to Legacy as well. And yeah, that was the last day it was on. I remember. Yup. It's still strange that I like the old graphic, they were very coherent. Yeah, I agree. I think that, well, I think it's a matter of lights mostly. I think the old game had fake lights, but at the end they were kind of better lights, you know, because nowadays we have all these super calculated lights. They do shadows in certain places and refraction, bounces of the light of the sunlight, 3, 4, 5 bounces. But at the end it mixes, a kind of a real effect with a game effect, and the old game was all fake somehow, right? But it was consistently fake. And so I think that it was in a certain way it was better, or anyway it was nice, right? It was nice in his own way, maybe not better, but it was nice in his own way, right? Just because it was more consistent. I agree. I don't know, maybe we will fix the lights one day again, and we will change them again, so we will go wall dynamic. I think wall dynamic is better. I don't know if you tried the client. I don't know if you tried the client that I released, I think it was 2 releases ago. I did a client full dynamic, and I think it was pretty good, actually. It's pretty good. I didn't do it anymore, but because it's more work, it's more work on top of what I'm already doing. So yeah, so yesterday we finished the stream with this idea, right? Which actually, well, was more than an idea, because actually we did a test, right? And we did a test, and it was exactly happening that way. So basically the clear state, right, was where is it? Going back, yeah, it is clear state. Yeah, yes. So this line, right, the set alive, the set alive line. So basically what happens is that the clear state is happening, is setting the NPC to alive false, and then the NPC is cloned, and we set the alive only on the cloned one, right? So I think that is what happens. I think the easiest to understand what happens, right, is really to put a breakpoint. . switch the scene. Again, Restream didn't start. I don't know why it's doing this. There is something not working in the Restream. In the Restream chat, right? Or is launching the old one, or is launching the new one with wrong parameters. So I have to check. Good evening, Ulla. What makes the dynamic more effort? No, it's just to maintain two releases, right? Because I want to maintain, because the dynamic is using significantly more GPU, right? And so some people may not like it because they are already struggling, you know, with medium settings. So dynamic is using, I mean, requires a better computer, right? Yeah, it was my chat not activating, Ola. Yeah, no, it's fine. Because I see it on a separate window. I have this window, I have a separate window that I keep on the other monitor, right? That has the combination of the YouTube and Twitch chat, and I can also type if I want. So in one screen I see both chats, right? And that is the one that then is presented in the stream. And this one was not working for me. The window was not up. Okay, so yeah. So I think putting all these breakpoints will guide us. Will guide us through the through what is happening, right? So we still have, I guess, we still have the in tribe recipe. I think we still have the 3 warriors. Yeah, okay, so we are generating 3 NPC with the script. So we want to understand what is going on. Is it running? It is. By the way, I did a test with another 3D generator, so that you give him the picture and it's generating the 3D model, and it worked pretty well. It's a new model that Microsoft launched a few days ago, and I tested it, and it works very nicely. I can show you the model if you want. There is I mean, there is obviously a lot of work to do to then make the model, you know, fully productive in game, but it's not bad at all. I mean, it was very, very good. I think the overall shape outside was very good. A bit high poly, but not crazy high poly. It was like a reasonable high poly. Okay. Yeah, sorry, we were wrong database, and so I had to reconfigure a few things. I'm doing more reasoning on the card game, and I think I reached some good. I mean, I taught some good things. I think that we will have bosses. I don't know how much you remember the card game, but basically you are fighting versus creatures, and I think that at the end I will have one deck with normal creatures and one deck with bosses, and when you kill the boss, that is when you change the location. So that's the idea. I think it's a good idea. It's loading. It's a bit slow, but it's loading. Do I need to buy a new PC? I don't know. We will have to check how much my PC compares now to the newest ones and see if we have to change CPU. I mean, I'm using this PC a lot, so I would like to keep it, you know, in good shape, and if it speeds up, you know, our development, why not? Okay, so this is the copy from database of the first NPC, I guess. Where master NPC ID is okay. So let's just write down quickly a sequence of events, right? Because this is what I want to understand. So no. Okay, better. So the sequence of event is copy from a database, right? This is happening as a first thing. Fine. And then we will go here, I guess, right? And we will do the first clear state. And we will do the first... Wait. Copy NPC from database is already doing clear state. Really? So we jumped from... yeah. So we are basically doing clear state twice, because you see that here is copy from NPC database, which goes into load character data. This thing is annoying. Which goes into load character data, which goes into load character, which goes into load, into character load. And APS character load does clear state already, right? So yeah. But then we do it again, right? Which is a bit weird. I mean, and this is definitely setting. But then remember that, exactly. But then I remember that here, just after, right, in the same function, we do set alive true again, right? So in theory, this one is good and is not breaking anything, right? It's not breaking anything. It's not breaking anything. So yeah, we enter in clear state from character load. And then we set alive again. So our first NPC, yeah, the only problem is that after that, right, after the copy, wait a second. Yes, so after this copy from NPC database, right, inside the recipe manager, we do another clear state. And I think it is where we fuck up, actually. And here we set alive. But yeah, we do clear state and set alive again. I mean, we do it a bit too many times, but... yeah, so basically what happens is that after copy NPC from database, which actually is... his father is... recipe manager parse function. So everything starts here, right? Everything starts here. So in reality, everything is indented one more, right? Yeah, because this is how it works. And then still inside this, inside parse function, we do... another clear state, but this clear state is a brain clear state, huh? I think I should rename them, maybe, because this clear state, this clear state is not the same clear state. This is the brain clear state, and this one is not touching our problem, right? Is not touching the set alive. Is not. So inside of this, I do brain clear state, but this one is fine. This one is okay because it's not touching our set alive. And after I do this, and I spawn my controller, right? And I do all of that. I set the brain and I set the NPC as alive, right? And I attach the member. So, so we do another set alive. So this first NPC is basically 100% okay, right? And in fact, we know that this is what happens, that the first NPC is perfectly fine. Now we go to the second NPC. And what happens, unfortunately, is that the first one gets disabled when the second gets active. And it is really what we don't want to happen, but unfortunately it happens. And it is a clear state. So that is where we have to check. What is your opinion regarding the stream qualification about AI using becoming more robust? Wouldn't that potentially leading to more disclosures? What do you mean? What do you mean, Dotted Fish? No, what I've seen is that there are two curators that are against AI, right? And so they are basically giving negative votes to every game that is using AI, no matter what, right? Which I find completely stupid because, I mean, there is already the categorization of AI in the Steam page, right? And so people can already read that AI is there. So it's up to them to judge if AI is good or bad. It's not for a curator to unilaterally say that since he's using AI, then it's bad, right? I find it very, very, very dumb. But anyway, I guess those are small curators, hopefully. I mean, but it's very dumb. I find it super dumb. So they basically just go through the list of all the games and they flag all the ones with AI with a negative comment, right? I mean, it's so dumb. I mean, but anyway. But I don't know what you mean by more disclosures. Okay, here we are in our second guy. So we need to understand. So if the second guy goes through, right? And obviously it goes through exactly the same list, right? Exactly the same list. So how it is possible that the first one gets disabled, right? That is very strange to me. How it is possible that the second one, the first one gets disabled while the second one is getting loaded? Because it is creating a completely new NPC, right? It is creating a completely new NPC. So it's going through load character data, and load character data is doing new, right? It's creating a new object. Yeah, actually, it's spawning a new actor, right? It's spawning a new actor. So it is a completely separate NPC. So I'm trying to understand how it's possible that so this spawned NPC at the moment is still pointing to the previous, right? It's still pointing to the previous for some reason. I mean, in theory, it should not point to anything because the variable is created here, right? Don't understand why this one has a value. It's a bit weird. Why this one has a value? I mean, he has a valid pointer, right? That's kind of weird. Well, it seems to have all empty value. No, I think it's just empty. Yeah, I think it's just invalid memory at this point. But after this, right? After this, we go through clear state. Yes. Now, is this the brain clear state again? Or is it the NPC type clear state? No, that is the real clear state. So that is the one that fucks us up, right? Is this one. So this one is the one that is, yeah, this is the one that is giving us the problem, right? And so let me understand what we are doing here, because I think that is what happens, right? That we are using the other brain I think what happens here is that the brain is the same. And this clear state yeah, but the point is this find NPC brain then wrong or what? I mean, do we have one brain in common to all the NPC of the tribe? No, I don't think so. But to me, it seems that there is a bit of a fuck up, because here is finding, right? Here is finding Are we duplicating the brain or not? But I think that this one is a brain type, or it also has his own states. I think he also has his own states, because here we do find brain, right? And we find it for this NPC, right? Actor. Check based on character ID, right? And this one will fail probably, right? And so we get the master ID, and since all those creatures are mastered, with the same brain, right? But is this read master NPC creating a new one or not? That is my question. Try loading the master. Yeah, you see, he's doing new NPC brain, right? He's doing new NPC brain and he's copying the data from the other one, right? Okay, let's follow it a second, because I think this is where there is the problem. I think here is where the problem is, right? So here we loaded one NPC and we are cloning the second, right? And they share the same brain, at least the archetype of the brain, right? And so what happens here is that we go inside find NPC brain. This one will fail, right? I assume, right? Oh. This one doesn't fail? Why? So we find... no, it's impossible. So or the PID of this character has not been set yet, and so is having... that may be the problem then. That may be the problem then. That might be the problem. Wait a second. I want to understand this. Character ID 42. Ay, 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 ay. Okay, I understand what is happening. Okay, I understand what is happening. So what is happening is that this NPC is considered to be the master NPC, because we didn't assign yet a new ID, right? And so when we search, but it is very bad. I mean, this has huge implications. This has huge implications. Wait. Oh my god, the load is infinite. Let me think about it 1 second. So what happens is that is that before this clear state, I mean, we are inside character load, right? We are inside character load. And we know that we do a clear state. But we also know that then we do a set alive, which is here, right? So we do the clear state, we do set alive. But before this, right, we search the brain. Before this, we search the brain, right? And this brain, unfortunately, is getting the wrong brain. This fine brain is getting the wrong brain because the NPC ID is not yet set to the new ID, which will be 9,000 or 90,000. Well, with so much literal slop being pushed to the store and customer being rather helpless, I assume they will crack down on that even harder now that most people start to see the bad use of AI more and more. I understand what you mean. So you mean that it's a bit of a pollution of games just made fully by AI. This is what you mean? But I think that I mean, is it bad because it's made by AI, or is it bad because the game is bad, right? So I don't know. I don't know if you should shoot at the tool, right? I think you should shoot more at the developer, right? That maybe used AI, yes, but then left maybe the game in a crappy state, right? I mean, I don't think it's AI fault. It's just the developer fault, right? Like, I mean, if it's a real game. I mean, in our case, we leave it in this state because I'm working on this as a hobby, so I can do that much. But not fully even. But yeah, the quality is getting so horrible because of AI slop algorithms. I see. Yeah, but AI will improve, right? So I think it's not very far from now that I can give just my wall code to AI and it can fix my bugs and such. So AI will improve. I mean, it will improve. Will become insanely good. I mean, it's already insanely good, but it will become even more good, right? So for example, the problem that I'm searching now, I think that if I give all my sources to AI, it can actually find it, right? In less time than me, or anyway, it can guide me where is the issue, right? While if I do it by myself, I may get frustrated by it because I cannot find it, and then I give up and I leave the bug in the game. So I don't know. I think I have mixed feeling about that. I don't think the tool is the problem. I think it's the developer is the problem. It's like saying that you are using, Fiverr, for example, to get assets, right? So you commission to $5 people your assets. I mean, it's about the same, right? Yeah, that is a problem. Yeah, if you search for I don't know, an octopus online, right? There will be a moment where we don't know if the octopus is really made that way because there is only AI images. But that is really something that is different, though. That is like knowledge, right? It's not a game, it's knowledge. So knowledge, I think, should be protected, and it's a long time that I'm saying that every image made with AI should have a tag, right? They should be tagged by AI, tag saying it is AI, so that you should know if something is true. Like if you search Apple, right? If you search Apple today, let's say that you are a baby, you never seen an apple in your life, right? I mean, apple the fruit, right? Not apple the... Oh, fuck, you cannot search apple. You can search apple fruit, right? Yes, and now the point is, how many of these images, right, are real? How many of these images are real? And potentially many of them are not. And they will continue to modify themselves in the future up to a point where you don't know how a real apple looks like, for because you just get generated images, and that is bad. So I think that every image that is AI generated, which is not real, it should be tagged, right? It should be tagged. So if you want to start a multi-millionaire project, you could create you could create an alternative search website for images that has only certified real pictures, right? And I think people may even pay for it in the future because because today the pollution is so much that you don't know. You have no idea. You have no idea which apple is an apple, right? You don't know anymore. Now Apple is easy, right? But if you are searching something very complex, right, then like a mechanism, right, or like or like a molecule representation or whatever, you know, you don't know anymore if it's something that someone invented or if it's real. That's the problem. I never seen in my life a single result that have a true soul. I don't know. I think it can produce really good stuff, but I mean, if you see the picture that he generated for our card backs, right? For example, this one, there is a new card back, right, for the bosses in the card game. I mean, that's insane. I mean, it's super good. I think it's super good. I think it's super good. I have nothing to say on this image, right? Saying that it's bad or it's, I mean, it's super good. So I don't know. I think depends. I mean, you can generate 20 or 100 and choose the one that you like, right? There is no limit. So the human is still the one that chooses between AI generated stuff. So it's still your choice, right? Or you can do it manually if you want. But yeah. Okay, so the problem that we have is that find brain. Now the question is, when is the ID associated, right? And there is something that I have actually no idea. You see there is this new ID, right? In copy from database. A new ID is here. Who the hell is assigning? Who the hell is assigning the ID though? Ah, here we have it. Huh. So actually we assign the ID after the copy to database. Yeah, that's the problem. That's the problem. That's the problem. Because this function needs the real ID. This function needs the new ID. And we are associating the ID only down here. After this function is complete. Yeah. So we have yeah. And by the way, it seems that here we are doing the same thing twice, right? Because here we are assigning, here we are searching for the brain again, and we are assigning the brain again, which is very weird. So you see that here we do again find NPC. Well, it's not the same. You know what we can do? Because this is not very good. You know what we could do, but is very deep into the structure because it's very deep into the structure because this copy This copy NPC database, right? This copy is loading is going through load character data, and load character data is used by another million functions. So I cannot really change it. No, I think the solution is simpler than this. I think the solution is... well, I mean, we have one hack, right? One hack that is to set alive at the end after everything. But basically, we do this already and it's not enough. Yeah, we do this already, it's not enough. Because we are disabling the previous guy. We are disabling the previous guy. Now I understand exactly the problem, but I don't know how to solve it yet. Because we have this cascade of events, right? That we go inside load, and inside load we have exactly, you see this code? This code is very similar to the one that we saw above, right? Which is actually, this one is assuming that somehow, well, is doing this fine brain, and this fine brain with this fine brain, if he doesn't find it, we said that he's creating it, right? Yes, he's doing new NPC brain. So if he's not finding it, he's creating a new one. And he's creating... At this point, I don't know if the problem is even the first one then, that is associated to the wrong brain, because it's associated to the brain of 42, while in theory should clone the brain of 42, right? Okay, let me do it again. Yeah, I think that may be the real problem. The current part for me is important. For example, when I see the card and just the launcher background, it looks like it doesn't belong to each other. Yeah, but these days they can do. I understand style. I understand style these days, and also understands characters, and it's getting better. I mean, it's not perfect. I agree with you, but it will be coherent in the future, and it is already a bit, right? If you ask him to keep the same style, I mean, maybe a year ago it was not able, but now it is able. If I give him, if I give him our background and I ask him to create a similar image to our background but better, he will do it. I think the problem doesn't exist anymore. It was in the past, and is also for characters, right? So it was very hard. It was very hard in the past to have the same character in two poses, right? Because the character was basically getting transformed into another one. But now it's starting to work very well. So for my D&D session, I had the two pictures of two separate characters, right? And then I needed them at the same table eating. And I asked the AI to put them at the same table, and they were perfect. So it's getting better and better. I mean, that would not have been possible a year ago. But it's possible now. And we are just at the beginning of the beginning. So it will become insane. I'm pretty sure it will become completely insane. I mean, I think that not far from now, you know, I can give my whole project and just ask the AI to finish it. And he will do it with my suggestions, saying, I want combat to work this way. I want magic to I want new spells this way and this way. We just add the stuff, right? Automatically, without me doing pretty much anything, just directing the AI to do it. I think it will happen very soon. Very soon. I mean, I can show you the 3D model that I did, that I just created with this new Microsoft algorithm, right? So I gave it the picture that was made by a real person, by the way. The picture is a real sketch, right? Which is the sketch of where is it? I can show you. PS 2D sketches, factions, magic ways, red faction. Okay, so this is a real drawing made by a person, right? That this is a commission, right? So I commissioned a building for plane shift, right? And which, by the way, you have the same problem with the person, because the person doesn't know your style, and so he can do it not coherent, you know, with all your other stuff, right? But anyway, and I gave it to the new Microsoft algorithm for generating a 3D model, and this is what he created. And that is what he created, which is very good. It is very good because he invented the back, okay, that didn't exist, right? So in the picture you only have the front, right? You only have the front, and also you don't have it in a kind of a spatial way, right? You have it in a 2D way, right? And for example, the AI decided that this, because you see here, you know, the artist didn't really do the perspective right somehow, right? So for whatever reason, so there is a like this stair doesn't finish properly where this pillar is, right? So, or this pillar has it seems there is a space between this and this, right? And so what the AI did, he decided, right, that from this point of view, there is a stair, and here there is another stair. So basically the pillar, he put the pillar kind of in the middle, right? Which is kind of interesting. I mean, here you have to probably just redo the stair a bit, but it was derived from the fact that the perspective was kind of wrong originally, right? But, you know, having this 3D model, I think it's good, because you can start from this and then you can change it as you wish. Now, in terms of resolution, it's fairly busy, right? But it's not crazy busy, so I think it's kind of usable, right? I mean, and this is from a 2D picture, right? Which is insane. It's very, very good, I would say. It's very, very, very good. It's kind of scary how good it is. Yes, I think it will be very possible, right? So you will sit on your couch, you know, in the evening, and you will tell the AI which kind of movie you want to watch, and the AI will create it for you. And or you will say which kind of game you want, and the AI will create it for you, right? Now the multiplayer will be a bit of a problem, because if other people have different games, right, it will not. But still, I think the movie thing is very possible, right? So that you will ask, I want a movie I want a movie with a strawberry main character, right? A strawberry with a brain, and I want this to be, to be filmed on Mars, and I want the strawberry at the end to find eternal love, right? So you say that, and the AI is creating you a movie of 1 hour and a half. Now, if it's good or bad, I don't know, but I think will be yeah, like on demand, entertainment on demand. I think we are very close to that already. The problem is if it's funny enough, if it's interesting enough, if it's but you know, you can watch all our movies, so in theory, yes, right? If I would start from scratch, no, but if you can watch all the hundreds and hundreds of thousands of movies we made up to today, you can figure it out, you know, what we like and what we don't like. And then you tell him, oh, by the way, all these ones won the Grammy Awards, right? So he can extract why they are good and do it. I don't know, I mean, it's a bit scary, I know, but there is no way out. There is no way out. There is no opting out. It's just like you cannot opt out of the internet, right? So you just have to use it properly. And the same with AI. You cannot opt out. You just have to use it properly. So or a car, right? You cannot refuse that car exists, right? You have to use them. Or like electricity. You cannot refuse that electricity exists. You just have to use it for your own benefit and purpose. And AI is the same. The way you use stuff, right? Now, how do you use it? But yeah, it is a bit scary, I agree. It's scary, but also very fascinating, right? At the same time, it gives you endless possibilities. And you can still use AI only for mockups and then do it yourself, right? But at least it gives you ideas, right? So you can use this model just as a starting point, right? So he does, you know, the brunt work, right? The monkey work, right? And then you can start to say, oh, I don't want this way. I want it slightly different. You go there and start to modify it, but at least you started from something, right? And at least you started from something, right? And he's why is not moving? Because the model anyway is very heavy. But yeah, you start from a base, and just reaching this base would take you maybe 20 hours, right? And now it's like 1 minute. So you can start from this and see if you like it, or slice it, cut it off, take some pieces. So it's like another tool, right? It's like having another tool, right? You just have to use it properly, I think. But yeah, it's a good discussion. I think it's a very important discussion, right? It's a very important discussion. So I wanted to run it again to understand if the first time, because you see, the first time we run, we do the same mistake, right? So the real NPC ID is here, right? And what I want to understand is if the brain is created or not, right? This is what I'm trying to understand, right? Because, you know, we don't have an ID, you know, we only have the master ID, and we know that this is a new NPC. So we are 100% sure that this needs to have another brain, right? The problem is that we go through load character data, right? And load character data is unaware, right? Is not aware of the fact that there is a new or existing NPC, right? It doesn't know. It doesn't know. It doesn't know. So we go through this list, and load character data is blind on it, right? Is blind on it. And even worse, this one then goes into load of our character, right? Because this one goes into into character load. And I don't even know how this is, wait. Yeah, because he's he's loading the master ID, right? Because at this point we have the master ID. Yeah, exactly. So he's still entering with PID 42, right? So he thinks that he needs to load, and he's correct actually. He's loading the archetype, right? He's loading the archetype. And here we are doing, yeah, and which is a bit of an issue though, because here we are doing a hard read from the database, but okay, fine. So we do an hard read from the database. We spawn the actor. So it's a new guy. And then we do load, right? Yeah, this line. And then we do load. And here is where we fuck up, because now, yes, we spawned a new NPC with the right characteristics, but now we are loading the NPC with the brain of NPC ID 42, right? Without the new PID. So what happens inside this function is that unfortunately, is that down here, I mean, apart from, you know, all the good stuff, right? PID, and PID here is 42, right? Which is our archetype. It's not 90,000, it's our archetype. So this guy is thinking that he's really loading the archetype as a real NPC, but no, because we spawned it new, right? And so it's going through all the shit of loading a character, which is in millions lines of code. And then at a certain point at the end, he's saying what kind of brain this thing needs to have, right? Which kind of brain this guy needs to have. And here, unfortunately, is where we do the mistake, because so if I go here, oops, no, please. If we go here, we are still with NPC ID 42, and here we get this find NPC brain, right, which is this function, and inside of this, we actually find the brain. We find the brain and we say, oh, you know what? It's this brain. And we assign it, right? So we are not creating a new NPC brain. We are saying, yup, is that brain. We get it. We do also the check attached to tribes inside find NPC brain, which I don't know what it does, but check if this NPC is part of a tribe. Okay, if he's part of a tribe, then what do we do? Yeah, this guy is part of a tribe, so what? So this thing does nothing. This thing does a check, but then it doesn't really do anything for it. Okay, nice. Maybe there was some other reasoning behind, but I don't know why we are doing this. But in theory, I mean, if we want to be a bit cheeky and we want to do it like quick and dirty, we could actually use this check here to say, nope, is a new brain, and so you have to. And by the way, this check attached tribes, is going through all the tribe members. Ah, but it's attaching also the NPC. Ah, It's doing the attach. So it's not just checking, it's also attaching it. Yeah, he's attaching it. But is attaching what? Is attaching the brain or is attaching... Oh shit, is attaching the brain. So he's attaching the archetype. But you see that again we are in trouble here because we are in trouble here. Yeah, you see, because we do everything twice. We do everything twice. No. This is not. So basically, we have two entry points. One when the member is dynamic, and one when the member comes from the. Yeah, so we need to have this distinction. There is no way. We need to have this distinction. So I need to pass somehow to the wall chain. I need to pass to the wall chain if this is a dynamic load or is not a dynamic load. Basically, if you want to have a brain or if the brain will be set later. So I need to pass through this wall chain, through load character data and load. At least these two functions needs to be aware. Well, there's three functions. Copy NPC from database, load character. Actually, I think that copy NPC from database is always for a new NPC, right? Always. So this one doesn't need it. Are the ones inside? Yeah, are this function inside that needs to know that this is a dynamic loading, right? When with this, yeah, when we do this load character data, okay, let's try, because I think that this is the only way. I think that is the only way, my boys. So we will change. We will change this function. And we will add a new boolean, which is something like is dynamic, right? Or I think I will call it is dynamic, right? And is dynamic. Is dynamic. Do we want to set it to false by default? Or do we want so that silently is false? Or do we want to explicitly? Because here we say basically if true, right? If true, we are loading a master. We are loading a master and not a real NPC. So the brain should not be loaded in this function, right? But associated later. So it's a bit of a long explanation. I think at the moment I would keep it explicit. I think this thing is called in many places. Many places. But I think we have the same problem. I think we have the same problem for dynamic events, right? Because the randomly generated events do the same thing, right? So they generate new NPCs based on an archetype brain. So I think but I think they all use clone NPC, no? Maybe they all use copy NPC from database. Let me see. Copy NPC from database. No. He's not using load, huh? Strange, no? I remember we have a load dynamic, right? We have a load dynamic. We have a load dynamic which is part of random event manager, right? And load dynamic is doing... maybe we should use this one. Now, the problem of load dynamic is not going through a master ID. Is actually passing, right? Is passing the parameters. Yeah, it's very different. Now, load dynamic is even different because load dynamic requires the whole NPC definition to actually load it. So it's not going by, by master ID. No, load dynamic is completely different. This is completely different. No, this is completely different. It's not going by... So no, we are not messing up with this one. So the random generated events do not have the same problem. So the question is, who is calling this function then? This copy NPC from database, right? Who's calling this? Who's calling this? So create hired NPC, which by the way is something that is not functioning in game. Then we have clone NPC, which is used only from a GM command. And so basically never. Then is the tribe, which is the one that we are trying to change now, right? It is our code, the one we are looking at now. Then there is another command that is create NPCs, another admin command. And that's it, right? So basically, it's only or admin commands or... The problem is though that if I do clone NPC, right? If I do clone NPC and I'm not associating the brain properly, yeah, I think that at the moment this stuff is not working, right? Because if I create an NPC as a copy of a master, yeah, let's look at this code a second, right? So that is basically creating a new NPC, cloning it from the one that you have in front, right? I guess the difference is that probably... Yeah, you see, he's not adding any brain functionality here, right? He's not adding any brain functionality. So he assumes that, but at the moment, I think that this command fails. If you do create NPC, it fails because this one is going to create a brain, overriding the master. Exactly like is happening for us now, right? So that is also broken. This is also broken. Yeah, this is also broken. Copy NPC from database must create the brain after. There is no way. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, let's try to do it. I'm more and more convinced that we need this change, right? I'm more convinced that we need this change. Obviously, this is going a bit deeper into our code, and so it's a bit scary and risky, but we will try to do it. We'll try to do it, my boys, and see if we break everything. So we basically have to pass this to to character load, right? So we have the same change, right? We have the same change here. So we need a Boole's dynamic. Now this character load, I don't know in how many places is used, but I think many. We will see what happens. So basically the difference is that if it's dynamic, this PID is for sure wrong because we are loading a PID of a master, right? So exactly. So you can still go through this, right? You can still go through this. It's not a problem, right? I mean, there is stuff that really makes no sense. Like, for example, initializing the buddy manager, right, for an NPC. I mean, what or initializing a quest manager for an NPC. I mean, what? I mean, initialization is very simple at the end, but I think that it should not even be loaded, right? But fine. I mean, I think we should ignore everything else and then just go straight to the brain part, right? Which is here, right? Which is here. And I think here we can just say that if is dynamic, we assume that the calling function will associate a brain, right, to our NPC, because we don't want to assign anyway the wrong brain, because we will be assigning the archetype brain to it, and while we want to assign a copy of it, right? And that is the mistake, basically. That is the mistake. That is the mistake, yeah. So I would say that this part, if he's an NPC, if he's a mount, if he's a pet, but we also need to have that this must be this must be non-dynamic, right? Should not be dynamic. Right? So now basically this will not run. This will not run for our dynamic NPC. And this means that when we go back to our calling function, which is this one, that we will expand with true is dynamic. No, sorry, forced reload. What? This was forced reload. Ah, sorry, dynamic is after forced reload. Okay, wait. Okay, so we say true is dynamic. Right? We will get an NPC without a brain. We will get an NPC without a brain, and then in the calling function, which is this one, this will be the NPC without a brain. And then here we do the thing, right? We associate the brain, but now we have the real ID. And so now we will actually clone it, right? So I think this will work. I think this will work. Hopefully. Now we need to retest quite a bit of the NPC stuff because this is kind of a scary change. It's a bit of a scary change, but I think it's a good change. Recompiling, boys. Recompiling, and yes, I was expecting compilation failed because we said that we want that to be explicit, right? And now every function, every call of that function is this new parameter, right? So so the first one is when you kill an NPC, right? When you kill an NPC, you are reloading his data. If he's reload mode, you are loading his data from the database, right? But it is a true NPC, so in this case, dynamic would be false, right? And I think it would be false pretty much everywhere except the function that we called, right? Yeah. Now here we are again in kill NPC, but what is the difference? The difference is that if he's an NPC or if he's a player. Wait. No, it cannot be a player. Kill NPC. What do you mean if character is NPC? If he's not an NPC, what is it? Ah, because it's nothing, so it's null. So it's not been found. Okay. Yeah. So also in this case is a non-dynamic loading. And this one is bank manager process tax. Look at this process tax. It's standing there since ever and you get no taxes in the game. So we have function that actually apply taxes, but they are not applied for real. What is this load character data? Check for guild or character removal to remove auto tax. I don't even want to read it. Anyway, let's say that it definitely is not dynamic. Definitely is not dynamic. Now here we are attaching a familiar. Yeah, this one also will be false anyway. This one also will be false. They will all be false. I just want to go one by one to understand the extent of the change that I made, right? Respawn NPC. Yeah, also this one is false because here we are reloading an NPC by ID and we are 100% sure there is this ID. So everything that is false, yeah, everything that is fixed PID, we resurrect the same, exactly the same. Exactly the same. Okay, and here we will pass is dynamic, right? What? Why is not there? We passed it, right? Ah, it is different. Wait. Request character load. Okay, this is the initial loading, but this again is a fixed PID, so this is false. Okay. This is when we are loading at the beginning all the NPCs, and definitely they are all fixed, so it will be false. Here where we are loading a single one, and here is where we need to have the is dynamic. So here is where we have our new variable, right? Yeah. Yep. And here we are creating a new player, so that is 100% false. And that's it. Now we really changed the way this clone NPC is integrated with the rest of the code, right? So I think we should mention, right? We should mention here that whenever you use copy NPC from database, we expect the calling function to create a brain, to create a brain if needed for this NPC, as this function will not do it, right? There were all these additional create NPC functions in the past, but I basically killed them all, right? Because we didn't really need that, and okay, good. Your drum roll is still ready. I think we are very close. We are very close, Ulla. We are very close. We are very close, but this change is a kind of a big change. We will have to retest some basic NPC fighting and stuff, right? I mean, it's easy though. I mean, just fighting an NPC, killing it, respawning, kill NPC, reload. I mean, that kind of stuff, just to be sure that the NPC is properly working, right? We didn't break anything else. Okay, so it recompiled. So now what we want to do, I think that let's just assume that it works and let's just test it, right? So we just want to see if the consumers are all alive, right? If they are all alive and they properly fight back, all three of them, then the fix worked, right? like that. Mm. Huh? Ah. Okay, if you want to use the drum roll, that's a good moment, my friend. You can use the drum roll right now if you want. Or you can keep your drum roll for later in case you think that it's not gonna work now. I don't know if I forgot something or what, but I don't know. You don't believe, huh? You don't believe yet. Okay, you don't believe. What is the nest, by the way? Anyway, let's try to attack this guy. I missed. I missed again. He's dodging. He's dodging my attack. Motherfucker. I'm invisible. Ah! Okay, this one is alive. We have one alive, my friends. What about this guy? Ah! We have two alive. What about this guy? I'm dying. No! Let me eat the third one. What do you mean you must face? I'm dead. I'm dead. I think it worked, huh? The drum roll is too late. I think it worked, guys. I mean, they're all three were really looking for me, right? Well, all two. I mean, we managed to trigger two of them. And now they forgot that I... Oh, fuck. There are four now, though. Uh-oh. What the fuck? Why there are four? Oh, shit. No, there are five. Oh, Jesus. The tribe is becoming smarter than we think. But only one reacted. There is one that doesn't move. Oh, Jesus, I'm gonna die again. GG! No, I didn't kill them, that's for sure. I don't know why sometimes the death animation is not playing. But okay, I'm dead again. I'm dead again. Okay, so it seems that the fix kind of worked, right? But let me see if it's really true, right? Because I want to do something. I want to take one of these guys. Bro, how many you are now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Can you stop reproducing? No, it's reproducing anyway. It's not that they are respawning, it's really reproducing. Because the tribe reproduces itself up to a maximum. Yeah, kill NPC reload. Kill NPC reload does not work on tribes. We saw that, right? We saw that, yeah. And they are not spawning the nest because I have item false. Yeah, exactly. I have to go item true. Very nice. No, I think it's working. I think it's working. I think it's working. Now, these new members, I don't know if they become real NPC or fake NPC. At the moment they are fake NPC because 90,000 and plus is the number of the dynamic NPC, right? I don't know why they are teleporting. I mean, I don't know why they are annoyed by something, but it's okay. I really like the voice of this guy. The voice of the guy is interesting. But I think that all of them kind of... We triggered enough of them. I think they work actually. See, now I have nearly all of them on me. Okay, now I have all of them on me. Look at this. Look at this army. Now it's 6 because I kill reload 1, yeah. And kill reload doesn't work. Okay, kill me. I can die happy. I can die happy now. Look at how they are spread. And this guy said, I'm going back home. Fuck it. Okay, so... The fix seems to work. So now we can finally go back to what we were doing 2 days ago. Because what we wanted to enable was that when you attack one NPC, all the others are attacking you, right? And this seems not to happen. While it should happen. Assuming that the tribe is of type non-coward, right? So if I debug NPC, if I debug tribe target, I don't know, 15. And we check the tribe, what the tribe is doing, right? Tribe can grow, yes. Should grow, yes. Consumer tribe 3, blah blah blah. Local move, blah blah blah. Dumping asset, blah blah blah. It doesn't say. It doesn't say. It doesn't say the Unity type. Why? It doesn't say if this tribe is aggressive. It doesn't say. So it's missing quite some stuff. Maybe because it was added later, or I don't see it at least. Idle recipe. I don't see it. But in theory, the tribe has different settings. We have the unity setting. Okay, so now we are going back to what we were doing two days ago when we found the problem, right? When we found the problem, unity, tribe unity keyword, function body unit. Yes, data unity, tribe data. Yeah, you see that we have this unity thing, right? And why this is not printed out? It's kind of strange, huh? It's kind of strange. I get other values, but I don't get that value, right? For example, I get main resource in the log, right? I get main resource. Tribe ID, tribe name, blah blah blah. Yeah, apart that all these lines are a bit stupid, huh? I think that 2 lines is more than enough for this thing. Yeah, we are not printing. So, but in tribes data, right? There should be more than this. Tribes. No. It's not inside tribe then. It's not inside tribe. And where is it? Oh? Unity is inside tribe data. Get tribe data in recipe manager. Strange. Get tribe data in recipe manager. Tribe data. Really? So the tribe doesn't know. The tribe doesn't know is data. You need to ask to recipe manager. Because the recipe because you can have the same tribe. Okay, I understand why. Yeah, you can have 2 tribes with the same script, but different settings. Okay. So we have to ask. Recipe manager for the tribe data of our tribe. I mean, it's fine. We can ask recipe manager, I guess. We can ask recipe manager get tribe data of this tribe, right? And this will return a tribe data pointer. A tribe data pointer data. Doesn't like it. Wow. It's not here. What do you mean? Is an inner class? No. What do you mean is an inner class? Are you stupid? Oh my god. It's an inner class. Well, but it's public though, so can we do this? Okay, it's an inner destructor. So, okay, it's fine. Anyway, so we get this, right? We get this, and and I think we should print out also this information, right? I don't remember what information we have here, but there is, for example, aggressivity, sleep period, unity, growth, aggressivity. 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 Aggressivity, bro. There is stuff that we don't have documented anyway. I mean, it is in the code, but it's not in the wiki. And that's a problem. Tribe scripting, tribe design. And it's probably here, wait. Tribe info, brain, aggressivity. Aggressivity can be warlike, neutral, or peaceful. Growth can be not implemented at the moment. Okay, GG. Unity. Okay, so in reality we don't have a lot, but sleep period, yeah, sleep period is actually there. Diurnal, nocturnal. Okay, I think we can print aggressivity, growth, unity, and sleep period. Okay, these are the 4 variables that I think we need to know to understand our tribe, right? We need to understand our tribe, guys. Otherwise, aggressivity. Aggressivity, I think, is not even an English word, is it? I think we just created this word. It's like how aggressive you are. It seems that it exists actually. It exists. Nice. Okay, good. So we want aggressivity, we want unity, I mean growth, we want sleep period and unity, right? Okay, this is all good data that we are adding into our debug, so we can just debug the tribe and understand what is doing, right? How is configured? Yeah, how is configured is the proper. So they are all strings, I guess. Yeah, they're all strings. Yes, they are all strings. Okay. So aggressivity, growth, sleep period, and sleep period and unity. Okay, so this is what we're going to print out in the new debug. No, they don't need resources. This one is a tribe that doesn't need resource, because I think that the need of resource is a conceptually good idea, but is a practically very bad idea. Okay, this is good. But anyway, we know what these guys are, right? Because we scripted them. So under tribes, we scripted them. So I just want to see if that is getting loaded properly. But if we go under tribes, if I ever find the table here, right? There is no, it's not here. So it was actually in recipe. It was in recipe. No, I lost it again. Why we have all these tables open? Too many. Why they are not alphabetically ordered, by the way? It's here, you see? Aggressivity neutral, so they don't auto-attack. Growth conservatory and unity organized, right? And sleep period, sleep period is what? Sleep period is no sleep. Wow, no sleep. Holy shit. They never sleep. Okay, good. They never sleep. So in theory, right, if unity is organized, we should get for our tribe in this cohorts. We should get in this thing, right? Unity trait. And in theory, they should react to an event attack with a behavior united attack. Now, the question is this behavior united attack really in our database or not? Because this is what I'm not 100% sure. If I go under SCNPC definition, no. If I go under SCNPC types, yes. SCNPC types, and I take my consumer thingy, not in production. Not in production here. Okay. So it's abstract tribesman and fight, right? An abstract tribesman. An abstract tribesman. So the question is, does this one have the united attacked? Yes, it does. It does have united attacked. Okay, so in theory, right, we can add a debug here, right? We can add a talk or something, right? Yeah, these are the messages that then you get in game, and you ask me why this creature is speaking weirdly. Yeah, because they were debug, right? They were. Come on, let me edit this. Jesus. Okay, so we say the tribe is under attack, right? The tribe is under attack. So perceptive and now let's see if this one then there is this tribesman attack, which I have no idea where is it and if it's anywhere, right? I don't personally I don't think it is. But okay, let's do one step at a time, my boys. One step at a time, okay? Because it's already hard as it is. Why this thing stays green even if I... Huh? I don't know. Stays green, but I committed the change, yeah? I committed a change, my boys. Or not. I didn't. Huh? What is going on? This thing remains green for whatever reason. Are you... Okay, let me open it again. I just want to be sure that it's really correct, right? Okay, now it's not green anymore. I don't know what that green was. Maybe we tagged it somehow. Okay, he has the talk text, right? Okay, so if we restart everything. Now, when we attack one NPC, right, the others should react. Perhaps they can just eat the players they kill and wait the rest of the time. Yeah, I think so. Okay. Okay. So if I attack one, well, if it takes damage. What do you mean you must face the enemy? What the fuck? He's not saying that, huh? No, that perception is not... Well, I'm invisible, that's true, but... Huh? No, because I attacked 3. But he's not... He's not sensing it, he's not sensing it. He's not sensing the attack. Okay, I'm dead. But for some reason, this is not triggered, huh? This is not triggered. So it seems that this is not working. I mean, is event attack correct? I don't know if event attack is correct. I don't know. I don't know if event attack is correct. And by the way, that's a very hacky way to do it, huh? But it's fine. Sometimes we like also hacky things. What I'm looking for? I'm looking for our... yes, I want to understand if in our abstract tribesmen, right, there is an attack. There is an attack. I don't think that attacked is a thing. I don't think that attacked is a thing. Do you have to do this if I... Well, actually, it's under fight. He's under fight. He's under fight. Yeah, react event attack. The problem is that we have this already, right? We have already an attack defined, which is coming from fight. So I don't think we can have two. I don't think we can have two react event, no? Can we? Yeah, we can, I guess, because here there is an example of damage called 3 times, but I think it is called 3 times because okay, we can test it, but I think I can debug it, right? But it seems that this attack is not triggered, right? So or well, this attack triggers fight, but this attack does not trigger our united attack, right? I don't know if because the delta is different. There we have a delta 100, and here we have a delta what? Here we have a delta 20. So in theory, delta 100 will win over. Well, one thing we can do, we can check what is in his brain, right? But let me see. Because I think that checking what is in his brain, we can understand what he's doing. So if I do a info on this guy, right? If I do an info, does this guy have united attack, right? Yes, this guy has united attack. You see, he's here. So in theory, united. Okay, so okay. So if I attack him, and then we debug him again, right? He will kill me, but it's fine. You see that he has a behavior fight to 57, but united attack is 0. So actually he's not reacting to this, right? He's not triggering this. Why is not triggering that? That's a good question. So the way for us to know is to debug the behaviors, right? Because they are like running super fast, so it's not very easy to. No, I mean, I think we should debug the perceptions, right? So there is definitely a perception attack that is getting sent, right? Perception. I don't know if it's perception damage or it's perception attack. No, it's perception attack, it looks like. Perception attack. So in theory we should go through this, right? Here it is, yeah. Attack perception attack, trigger event, right? So trigger event will say, hey, you are under attack, right? Or someone is attacking you. Someone is attacking you. And then he's firing the perception, right? He's firing the perception. And the perception is checking for all the yeah, exactly. We need to basically debug here. I mean, it would be good to debug only when we have an attack, but that is not super easy. So, but anyway, let's debug that. So what we want to see if there is an attack perception, define it twice, and if he's actually firing both or not. I think he should, because you see that he's saying react to both of them. So I don't understand why it's not working, because it looks like it should be working. It should be working, actually. I don't know why. Bam 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 bam. Ole. So how are the medals today, huh? The Olympics medals. Olympics medals 2026. Oh wow, Italy jumped to number 3. Look at this. Oh wow. Italy jumped to number 3. USA is above us of a lot, because it's 4 silver medals. Wow, that's a lot. That's a lot. And Norway is insane. It's 7 gold medals. Wow. 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 That's pretty cool though. We are number 3, guys. Let's see the others. Switzerland is next. Germany. France. Ula, you are number 6 at the moment. Sweden. Austria. Japan. Netherlands. Czech Republic. And Slovenia. These are all the ones with medals. Everyone else has no gold medals. There is no Russia, right? In Winter Olympics, is Russia banned? I think so, right? I think Russia is banned, right? Fantastic. Yeah. Russians cannot have fun. Yeah, they should stop killing people, and then maybe they can have fun, right? First, stop killing, then maybe have fun, not the opposite. Exactly. Okay, let's debug this. I hope the French curling team can up their numbers. Curling, eh? The most stupid. No, you like that sport? I find it very weird. You like curling as a you like throwing giant ice balls? You like throwing giant ice balls in front of you? Oh, it's a very weird sport. I never really understood it. It's so weird. Giant ice balls. Anyway, I mean, you can make sports anything, but even opening bottles if you want, right? Okay. I like to see the people scratching the ice when they move. Okay. I see. We can remove all the breakpoints, huh? Because now we know that this works. We are reacting already. To what we are reacting? We are reacting to a local move. Yeah, the problem is that now we will react like to everything, right? I think that we need this to be a conditional breakpoint, but conditional breakpoint are always a bit hard because I need to have a conditional breakpoint on perception name. Can I have it? Can I have a conditional breakpoint where perception name equals to attack? That would be very nice. That would be fantastic. You see, it is already triggering, right? With a perception name to what? To local move, you know? Failure to evaluate breakpoint condition. CLLB. No conversion from F string to const string strong. Wait, I think I took a note of debugging. I took a note on debugging. L Trapor, okay. Look at that, look at that. Professional debuggers. Professional debuggers, my boys. Okay, I think now is stopping only when the perception is attack. One time every 4 years. Yes. So it's a very rare occasion. I understand. There are a lot of videos on the internet of very beautiful girls in the Winter Olympics. There is people saying, "Oh, I really love Winter Olympics," and then they post pictures of very nice girls, right? People saying like curling is my favorite sport now. Yeah, I know. I know you watch it for that tool as well. I know. Okay, so if we attack this guy, boom. It worked. Okay, now we see the reactions, right? Oh my god. Do we have 2 attack reactions or do we have 1 attack reaction? I don't even see 1. 18 more. Attack. There is only 1, my guys. There is only 1. There is only 1 reaction. Why? Why? Well, maybe the reaction is 1, but then the... And no, because here you see that we have damage. But we only have 1 attack. Ay. Okay, so this means, right? This means that if we only have 1, it means that the coward thingy, the coward, non-coward, so it means that this one didn't work. Right? It means that this one did not work. Or it was done at the wrong time. I don't know. Or is done on the tribe and not on the members. Is done on the what? Is done on the tribe and not on the members? No, that's impossible. Let me see if this is actually associated to anything, because you know we are doing all this nice stuff, but we don't know if it's actually associated. Yeah, but what we know at the moment is that we do not have the double attack, right? So this attack perception seems not to be added anywhere. And it is a problem. And it is the problem, right? So the problem is that this, right, this thing is not, seems not to be added, right? This seems not to be added to the NPC brain. So basically the NPC is not reacting to any tribe events at the moment. Yeah, because consider that this stuff, right, was never really tested enough, right? Was really never tested enough. So we created tribes, but we never really put a fully functional tribing. Well, we did for the construction of the buildings, right? Construction of the buildings, yes. We tested, and we tested also the resource gathering. So we tested some stuff, but like the attacks, I know I found a live stream of curling open 24 and 24 hours, usually nobody on the ice. Wow, exciting stuff. Okay, so we need to understand why. We need to understand why that is not triggered, right? And also we need to understand where this is going, because I understand this create global type, but where is this create global type then doing, right? So we are creating a tribal NPC type, but then what do we do with it? Nothing? I mean, we create a global type, but what is this doing? Compute global NPC type. Compute a global part of an NPC type for each tribe. The global NPC type contains general common data concerning tribe members. Example, behavior when attacked, behavior during day and night, reaction that change the above mentioned behavior. After assembling the NPC type, is sent the string to the NPC client who creates a new object and push into NPC type hash. I mean, the NPC client doesn't exist anymore. But anyway, is doing this, right? So is adding, yeah, is adding the NPC. Yeah, I mean, we go through this code, as you can see. We go through this code. So here we are adding the NPC type. Upon loading a tribe. Come on. Add NPC type. Add NPC type. Upon loading a tribe, the recipe manager creates an NPC type and uses this method to put the assembled NPC type into the NPC types map. Okay. I mean, fine, but then what the hell do we do with this? New NPC type. Is this a standard NPC type or is it tribe NPC type? It looks like this is the standard NPC type, yeah? Is the standard NPC type a collection of behaviors and reaction? Yeah, exactly. Okay, we load it, but you know, after we load it, then what do we do with it? I don't understand. I mean, oops. We didn't go through this? What? We didn't go through add NPC type? Huh? No, it's impossible. Maybe it was already running. I mean, it's completely impossible, right? You cannot go into this and not into this, right? Why there is a comma here? Yeah, let's debug it again 1 second and see if this is loaded properly. I think it is, but I just want to double check it because I'm feeling that something is broken here. Something is broken. Yeah, this part, guys, takes a lot of time. I mean, it's not an easy task. It's not an easy task. Because this system is complex. It's very flexible, but it's complex. And probably, I mean, there could be a better way to manage NPC artificial intelligence these days. But at the moment, we have this system and we use this system, which is our homemade AI sauce. Okay. 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 The loading fails, my boys. The loading fails. Why? The loading fails, so the format is not correct, or there is something, right? It is not recognized. Because the loading fails, my boys. We have a name. What is the name? Tribe number 3. Okay. We have a parent. We have a parent. Consumer tribe. Okay. So what is failing here? Find NPC type of parent 1. No, that is not found. Even if consumer tribe we have, right? Consumer tribe we have, assuming that we loaded it already, because I don't know where we are here in the loading sequence, so it may be that we didn't load it yet, but for sure we have a consumer tribe NPC type, right? Is the one that we are looking at now. Well, unless it's misspelled, right? But I don't think so. It's called Consumer Tribesman. What is he? Parent. No, Consumer Tribe. No. This one will not work, huh? Consumer tribe. Where is this coming from? Yeah, the name is wrong. The name is, there is some naming definition that is wrong. Current tribe brain. Current tribe brain. Interesting. So that's wrong. And he's also giving an error, by the way. Error tribe 3 specified parent NPC type consumer tribe could not be found. Yeah, it's also giving an error, but it's giving this error silently. And so, I mean, it's not quitting the server, right? It's just I think this should probably be a hard error so that we just exit from it, right? Because Even if we are returning true. What do you mean we return? No, no, we don't return true. We return false, right? Yeah, here we return false. I don't know. I think this should be a hard error. I mean, if we are failing to add an NPC type, right? I think if we are adding if we are failing to add an NPC type, I think this should be a hard failure. I think that we cannot accept, right? What is it? Request exit? Yeah. I think we yeah, I think we I think we stop the server. I mean, if this fails, we stop the server. Anyway, it is failing because the name of the type, right? Here is consumer tribesman, while he has consumer tribe, which doesn't exist here. So how did he get that? How did he get that? He get that because in our tribe recipe it is specified somewhere. Well, here you have consumer tribe. Yeah, it's here. Brain consumer tribe. So this is the one that is wrong. So is consumer tribesman, right? But before changing it, let me just see if we get the proper error, right? In case it's wrong, so that we know if it exits properly with the errors, because this should be an hard error, right? I didn't notice because the server was not telling me. He was not telling me. Oh, late. Na 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 na. Bablang. Yeah, I have to go, guys, anyway. I think I have to go, but let me check this. But we are close, eh? We are very, very close. We made good progress. We fixed an important bug, and here we are fixing another one. So... Okay, so... No. Okay, so we are debugging this. So this we know now that works, but it will fail, right? It will fail. This will fail. This will fail miserably as we want. Yes, it fails. And this return. Okay, okay. And this basically stopped the server. Okay, fantastic. Fantastic. So the server stops. Okay, now we do this, and this is the last test. Then I really need to go. So we we fix this line in the database, right? So we do tribesman instead of tribe. We commit the change, we recompile, and we see what happens, my boys. What is happening, my boys? Pam 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 pam. So good medals today. Good medals today for Italy. Nice. Bill succeed. Okay, last test. Last test, and then I go. Last. We said last. Olympics medals. 26. Norway, Okay, it's loading. Drum roll. Can we make it? Yeah, at least we want to see that the attack is triggered, right? Is it starting or not? Yeah, it's starting. It's slow, but it's starting. Okay, we just want to see that the attack is working. So, I mean, the best would be that when we attack one, the other react, right? But that maybe is asking too much. Let me see if this is now going through or not. Yes, now this is loading. Okay, fantastic. So now it is loading properly. Because the name is correct, right? But next time the server will tell us. And now we want to see if the attack works. If the attack works or not. Okay, we have to teleport in the freaking place. We will have a debug there, right? So it will but anyway, these are all nice monsters. So I attack. Reaction. We can check if we have 2 attacks, but my client will time out. No, we still have 1 attack though. So maybe it's not enough. Maybe what we did is not enough. I mean, it's complaining a lot. Let me see if he's saying tribe attack, but probably not. Okay, no, it's not working yet. Okay, guys, I have to go. So thank you for watching, and I will see you tomorrow evening, 9:30 p.m. European time. Remember that tomorrow I'm going at the gym, and so maybe slightly late, maybe not, I don't know, but I will be here 9:30, okay? Meanwhile, if you want to follow on Twitch, subscribe on YouTube, that's always a good idea. Also, if you want to download our game, you can go on Steam, or you can click on download now from our website. And that's it. Bye-bye. See ya. Bye.